Okay, look, I know it's been a while. I put the trailer out for this podcast on the 1st of February. It's now February the 24th. It's been a very, very long time, but I've been sick. Work has been incredibly crazy, and I just have not had the opportunity to sit down and actually record anything. But now we're finally here with episode 1 of Hero Cast. Yes! It's time. It is time to get into it. So what are we going to be doing today? We're just going to be talking about some news and stuff that's been going on over the last couple of weeks that I haven't had a chance to get a look at. You know, just a few different things here and there. But firstly, we're going to talk about what is happening with the Twitch stream as of now. So today is Monday, the 24th of February, and I will be streaming this evening. And lately we've been streaming Fallout 76. Of all games, Fallout 76. Now you may be thinking, what the hell is wrong with you? Why are you playing Fallout 76? Well, let me put it this way. I am a Fallout fanboy, and I pre-ordered Fallout 76. I pre-ordered the largest edition you could possibly order of Fallout 76. I bought the Power Armor Power Helmet edition because I thought, hell yes, I need me that XO1 Power Armor helmet suit. This game is going to be awesome. I'm going to be able to play one of my favorite games with my friends online. I thought it was going to be absolutely fantastic. But of course, we all know what happened. Lord Todd lied to us and told us many things that were not true. Fallout 76 was just a new map with a really badly coded multiplayer pushed into the code for Fallout 4 and just kind of slapped together to make this thing. And it didn't work properly at launch. It was broken. It was buggy. I mean, it's a Bethesda game. It's going to be buggy, but it was super buggy. It was just bad. And at that time, I felt super unbelievably let down. Like, I was genuinely disappointed to the point that I just couldn't bring myself to play the game. So I stopped playing. I stopped playing until maybe a week or so ago. Now, the reason that I started playing again was mainly because of the upcoming Wastelanders update to the game. Now, Wastelanders promises to bring in actual NPCs to the game and kind of make it more like a traditional Fallout style game with your NPC quests and a living, breathing world with actual people in it rather than just robots. I mean, look, yeah, there was a nuclear apocalypse. I get it. But still, people survived. There were people there. We've had multiple iterations of games before where we've had raiders, bandits, the Enclave, Brotherhood of Steel, all of these things. And they just didn't exist, and Fallout 76 feels super empty, which is just such a shame. But I've been playing it on stream. We've been leveling up a character. It's fun. It's still broken, but I'm having fun with it right now. And this is one of the points I want to get across today is, look, if you find enjoyment in something, do not let anyone else tell you that you cannot enjoy it. All right? Those people that are like, what the hell are you playing Fallout 76 for? It's trash, man. It's trash. You know it's trash. You're trash for playing it. You know what? Who cares? If you enjoy something and you really, really, really are looking forward to it or looking forward to something coming out, then they have no right to tell you what to do or how to enjoy something. So go ahead and enjoy it, and that's exactly what I'm doing with Fallout 76 right now. So tonight, again, on the Twitch stream, Monday nights, 9 p.m. GMT-ish right now, I'll be playing Fallout 76 on stream and prepping our character for when Wastelanders finally drops on April the 7th. which is good. There's a Kotaku article here that says Fallout 76's road to recovery after being released as a broken mess has been long, hard, and full of missteps. Hopefully the game's soft reboot in April goes more smoothly. I could not agree more. I really, really, really need Wastelanders to be something good. I really do, because I just do. Please, Todd, don't let me down again. Don't do it to me. Please be kind. So that's what's happening with the Twitch stream. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, twitch.tv/anti_hero. You should be able to find me playing some sort of game or doing something. Currently in the middle of redesigning a lot of things and all that kind of stuff as well. So the stream is an evolving beast, and hopefully we can become a lot more consistent with our stream days soon. The setup that you see right now, or if you're listening to the audio version of this, then you won't be able to see it, obviously. But that you see behind me here, the drab walls, the terrible lighting, the sofa with the leopard print cover over it. Hopefully at some point pretty soon this will be different. We'll be finally moving into the office, which I've been waiting for a very, very, very long time as well. Basically what's holding us back on that is we're waiting for carpets so that we can finish off the bedroom. Once we finish off the bedroom with the carpets, then we can move all of the stuff from the spare room into the bedroom, sort out the walls in the spare room, get all that sorted, decorate it, carpet it, all the desks set up, all the lighting set up, everything set up properly so we can have our office/studio space back. And I'm really looking forward to getting in there and getting content creation done in that space, because right now I am very much restricted to the front room of our house, which also houses, you know, the television, the entertainment area where, you know, other people sit and enjoy themselves, and I can't always be sat here in front of a camera making things because I'm being loud and annoying and someone's trying to watch a television show right next to me. So there you go. That's one of those things. So hopefully soon this setup will look a little bit different. So let's talk about some news that I've missed over the last few weeks while I've been waiting to get this recorded for you guys. So firstly, I want to talk about the train wreck that was Warcraft Reforged. Now, I have an article up here from Polygon. Blizzard apologizes for the condition of Warcraft 3 Reforged and promises action. We're sorry to those of you who didn't have the experience you wanted. So yet again, it seems that Blizzard have pissed off a massive portion of their fan base with something that they have done to a game that just seems like a bad decision at this point. So Warcraft 3 Reforged is a remake of the classic real-time strategy game, and it launched into controversy last week. Consumers say that the title doesn't live up to expectations Blizzard set when it was announced in 2018. Making matters worse, now this is the thing, the update functionally alters how the original game works online as well. So not only have they balked the remake, they've messed up the original game as well. So those people that wanted to play the original game didn't have any interest in Reforged or care for it at all. They are stuck with the version of updated old school Warcraft 3 that they now have to deal with because Blizzard did something that they probably shouldn't have. So here's Blizzard's apology. And we say apology, but we know they've apologized before for things, and it doesn't normally sound good. But we want to say we're sorry to those of you who didn't have the experience you wanted, Blizzard said on its forums, and we'd like to share our plans for what's coming next. So this is their plan. This is their reaction plan. Numerous bug fixes are on this way this week in a single large patch, Blizzard said. Issues to be dealt with immediately and inadvertent changes to the coloration and shading of the original game, portrait animations, audio issues and user interface bugs. Online leaderboards and clans, on the other hand, will take more time. So what they're not planning on reverting Warcraft 3 original to its original state. They're planning on fixing it over time. Well, I don't really understand why Reforged is so baked into Warcraft 3. Why is it not a separate product? Why have they done this thing where they've merged the two things together and now we're one entity? I don't understand. Were they lazy? Did they not just want to remake the entire game? Is that what it is? I don't know. I don't really particularly know 100%. But either way, people are pissed. People are pissed, Blizzard. You got to stop this kind of thing because it's getting worse. Every few weeks now, it's like, Blizzard did this. Oh, did you hear about Blizzard? Guess what? They're done now. I don't know whether it's the Activision in you, but something's gone. Something's gone wrong. One thing they are doing, which they weren't doing originally, is currently offering full refunds. I don't know whether that's finished now because this article came out on the 4th of February. Wow, this is how far behind I am with my news and stuff like that. But yeah, if you have Warcraft 3 Reforged and you're upset with it and you aren't very happy with it, then maybe it might be worth having a look into seeing if Blizzard is still offering those refunds to you because yeah. It's another thing that they've fucked up. So in other Blizzard news, this is something that I found quite interesting. This article here was uploaded on the 17th of February. Apparently, Blizzard are working on 2 animated TV adaptations, one of Overwatch and one of Diablo. Now, this is something that is actually quite interesting because Blizzard's cutscenes and art department have always been on point. You can say what you want about the games and how they're going and all that kind of stuff, but the animation work and the artwork that these guys pull out and put out has always been top notch, like absolutely fantastic. So this is kind of this is interesting to me. I would be very interested to watch an animated TV show of especially Diablo. I think Overwatch, yeah, kind of, maybe, but Diablo especially. I think Diablo would work in that kind of thing. I think it'd be pretty cool. So the article here says Blizzard has 2 animated TV projects in the works. According to the LinkedIn profile of Nick Van Dyke, co-president of Activision Blizzard Studios, shows based on Diablo and Overwatch are both on the way. In his profile, Van Dyke credits himself as an executive producer of Diablo, a TV adaptation of Blizzard Entertainment's IP rendered in an anime style. The show is currently in pre-production for distribution worldwide through Netflix. So looks like Blizzard is teaming up with Netflix for these things here, which is pretty cool. I have a Netflix subscription, so that sounds good to me. There's no word from Netflix, although there have been whispers of a Diablo project for a while now, and the streaming service already plays host to a thematically similar anime adaptation of Castlevania, which, by the way, is absolutely fantastic. If you have a Netflix account and you haven't seen Castlevania, please go and watch it. It's amazing. Which has been renewed for a 3rd season. I'm looking forward to that 3rd season, very much so. The timing also seems sensible, given the upcoming arrival of Diablo 4 soon. Which is loosely expected to release sometime in the next couple of years. I'm loosely expected to release in the next couple of years. Is that a thing? Are we expecting to see it in the next couple of years? Because I don't think so. I honestly don't think that is going to be the case. Further down, he also states that with my creative partner, I developed and sold an animated series based on Blizzard's Overwatch franchise. It sounds as though this series is in a significantly earlier stage of development than Diablo, as there's no word on distribution or a production schedule. It's also a good fit, however, especially given the amount of effort Blizzard has put into Overwatch's cinematics, and they do put a lot of effort into those cinematics, and how popular they've proven with the community. Van Dyke's profile also makes reference to the Call of Duty cinematic and television universe, but in a translated interview, the director of the franchise's upcoming film says that the project is on hold as it's no longer a priority for Activision Blizzard. But that, my friends, that could be super cool, especially the Diablo one. Especially the Diablo one. I'm thinking that would be cool. What would you guys would you guys be interested in a Diablo anime style series in the vein of Castlevania from Netflix? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think. Here's some more stuff for you. Something that is very exciting, especially for me, but Baldurs Gate 3 will apparently hit early access this year, which would be sick. It's looking increasingly likely that we'll get to play at least some Baldurs Gate 3 later this year at an investor event in New York, Toy Fair. Wizards of the Coast parent company Hasbro revealed that the third installment of the acclaimed fantasy series will enter early access sometime this year. Excuse me. Now, I'm normally not a massive fan of early access games. I would rather have the finished product, fully fleshed out, be able to play the whole thing from day one. But Baldur's Gate is just one of those games that is like an absolute classic. Now, when I was a kid, I didn't have a PC, so I played Baldur's Gate on PS2. I think it was. I'm pretty sure it came out on PlayStation 2. But I played that game so much. I had no idea what was going on. I didn't know anything about the D&D universe or how D&D worked properly. I had no idea. But Baldur's Gate is just one of those games that I remember. Kind of in the same vein as Neverwinter Nights. I remember having that at some point as well. And I can't remember whether that was PlayStation 2 or not either. But it's just one of those classics. And when it was announced that Larian Studios, the guys that made the Divinity Original Sin games, which by the way are fantastic, were working on Baldur's Gate 3, I was super excited. Super excited, and I couldn't wait to see more on it. And maybe later this year we'll have the opportunity to get some early access. But they are doing a world premiere of the gameplay at PAX East on the 27th, so be looking out for that, because I will be watching that. It's potentially that will be my first reaction video, because I am looking forward to this game so much that I am willing to do a reaction video for that. So please do look out for that on the channel. That's probably coming soon. The Witcher 3. This is cool, by the way. The Witcher 3 made over £36 million in the last 16 months, improving CDPR's future revenue. 36 million. This game came out in 2015, by the way. 2015. This is a 5-year-old game. It just shows the strength of this franchise. I don't know if you saw when the Witcher series came out on Netflix, which, again, please go watch if you haven't. It's great. The spike in concurrent players on Steam of Witcher 3 was ridiculous. I believe it was 125,000 concurrent players at some point. Let me try and find this so that you guys can see. But there was a huge spike in concurrent players on The Witcher 3 when the series was coming out. Witcher 3 Hunt reaches 100,000 concurrent players on Steam, setting an all-time high record, and that was 5 years after its release. That's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. The Witcher 3 is probably my game of the decade. Like, it was an incredible experience. One of the best games I've ever played. Certainly in the past 10 years. It was just unbelievable. And CDPR, look, I know there's the whole CDPR have the whole crunch thing. Every developer has a phase of crunch. It just depends how bad it is. Now, I don't know how bad it is, and the story's going around, but it cannot be denied that CD Projekt Red is probably the most, if not the most, consumer-friendly studio out there by a mile. Even their physical releases, just like, they just beat out every other game. Every game that comes, Call of Duty comes out, okay? Call of Duty comes out, you get your case, you get your disc, and you get a little tiny slip of paper that says terms and conditions or safety service or whatever the fuck it is that it says these days, right? That's it. CDPR brings out a game. It comes with the game. It comes with a full-on manual. It comes with like a little comic in it. It comes with the soundtrack. It comes with a map. These guys just know how to give value to their customers, and that is why people love them so much. And this is why this news excites me, because that means that they have more money now to put into the production of Cyberpunk, which is probably my most anticipated video game of this year, and I'm really, really, really looking forward to that game. And hopefully, maybe Cyberpunk will beat out Witcher 3 as my game of the decade, but you never know. I mean, it's 2020 now, so technically Cyberpunk should be given within the next decade. So maybe, we'll see. But still, I'm expecting good things from Cyberpunk. I'm not going to try and get myself too hyped up, because I don't want to be burned. Thank you, Todd Howard. I don't want to be burned like I have been in the past with certain other things. So we'll see. But I am very much looking forward to that game. In other news, Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie, is now the highest grossing opening weekend of any video game movie adaptation. That's amazing. Genuinely amazing. Like, who would have thought when you saw when you saw that Sonic trailer for the first time, and you screamed and went and ran to the corner of your room, huddled as much as you could, rocking back and forward at the horror that you saw in front of your eyes, that when it finally released, the game would be, or the movie, would be as highly sought after and as highly liked as it is. People like this movie. I've yet to see it. Lady Hero doesn't want to go and see it at the cinema, so I'm going to wait until it comes out on the old Blu-ray or on digital, and I'll watch it then, and I will make my judgment then. But I don't know what it is, but Sonic opened to $57 million in the North American box office over its first weekend, with a global taking of $100 million over that first weekend, which beat out Detective Pikachu from last year. I don't know why that makes me so happy, but it does. That's cool. It's good. It's nice. It's awesome. Maybe we're starting to get to an age now where video game movies can be good again. Have any of you guys seen it? Let me know if you've seen it. Let me know what you thought. I'd be interested to hear all your thoughts on it. It should be good. All right. We're rolling through the news stories here. I want to get through these. BioWare and Anthem. Yeah, that's the word I haven't said in a while. I'd forgotten about the game, if I'm honest. I played it a little bit at launch. It was fun for a little while, and then that was it. Done. Nothing left in that game to do. Content was dry. All their updates were just tacked on updates of the same shit over and over and over again. But now, after feeling like this game was probably just gonna die, BioWare have confirmed they're looking to reinvent it. BioWare will seek to reinvent Anthem's gameplay in a longer-term redesign of the embattled online multiplayer action game. Studio head Casey Hudson said today in a blog post, "Over the coming months, we will be focusing on a longer-term redesign of the experience, specifically working to reinvent the core gameplay loop with clear goals, motivating challenges, and progression with meaningful rewards, while preserving the fun of flying and fighting in a vast science fantasy setting," Hudson wrote in the post. "And to do that properly, We'll be doing something we'd like to have done more of the first time round, giving a focused team the time to test and iterate, focusing on the gameplay first. That sentence says everything to me. That sentence tells me that they did not test this game. They did not give enough time to this game. They didn't test the functions or the gameplay or the content in the game at all before they launched it. Maybe it was an EA thing. Maybe EA was like, right, you've had enough time now, throw the game out. Maybe. But when you are BioWare and you have made the Mass Effect trilogy, Dragon Age, KOTOR, when you have made those types of games, you turn around to EA and you say, no. We got burned with Andromeda. We're doing this right. We're doing this our way. We're going to make it good before it goes out. Guys need to have some stones in this, because Anthem was just a complete disaster. Complete and utter disaster. It could have been so good. The concept is cool. I like the idea of it. I like the world in it. It looks fun. It looks vibrant. It looks good. But the game? No. No. You drop the ball, and longer term. So we'll see what the outcome of that is, whether that's going to be good, bad, who knows. But I don't think there's going to be a lot of faith with its community. So we'll see. We'll see. On to some more stuff here, guys. We've got a couple more things that I want to talk about today before we finish up today's episode. System Shock 3's entire development team is no longer employed, which is super sad news. Really sorry to hear about this, specifically for the people that no longer have a job. I hope they manage to find something somewhere else very soon. I'm sure they're a bunch of talented people, and they will find their new avenues very soon. But still, to hear that, very sad news, considering it's something that I was very much looking forward to. System Shock 2 is one of my favorite games. System Shock 3, when I heard that they were making it, I was quietly optimistic, but hearing about this sucks. So what we're saying here is the development of System Shock 3 may have come to an abrupt end, as one member of staff says the entire team has been let go by developer Otherside Entertainment. In a forum post via VGC last month, an anonymous developer said that the entire development team was no longer employed following the departure of several senior developers over the past few months. Those departures include the game's writer, director, and lead programmer, among several others, and follow reports of layoffs back in December 2019. While Otherside had seemed to be making good progress, former community manager Sam Launcott, I probably butchered that name, I apologize if I have, corroborated reports from an anonymous post on RPG Codex, which stated that the team was critically behind and that everyone on the content side is no longer with the studio. Otherside's difficulties first began in February 2019 when System Shock 3's then publisher Starbreeze was forced to sell the rights back to the developer during a period of financial difficulty. A few months later, creative director Warren Spector said that the studio had enough funding to last for some time, but it would seem that the money is now running out. In a subsequent post, the anonymous developer said that if Starbreeze hadn't gone into crisis, I think we would have delivered something interesting with some fresh and innovative gameplay, but the high expectations for the series had driven a lot of expensive experimentation. Overall, they say that the project was likely to be a much smaller game than what people were expecting, and inevitably disappointing for a sequel to such a beloved franchise. This is really sad news, guys. Really sad news. I was very much looking forward to a System Shock 3. Like, that would have been great. It would have been great, but I can see where they're coming from with but that high expectations for the series had driven a lot of expensive experimentation. I guess when there are a lot of people that that love your games or previous games in the series, and sometimes you feel like you have to go above and beyond to make something that is going to be incredible for these people, and maybe they just push themselves that a little bit too far, which is a real shame. I'm really hoping that we hear something good in the news of System Shock 3, and for the people that lost their jobs. I'm hoping we hear good news for all parties involved, and that maybe hopefully one day we will get to see a System Shock 3. That would be incredible. I would really be up for that. Definitely up for that. Here's one thing that I found this morning, and damn, this has gotta hurt, but still. A streamer mortified after being bitten by monkey during IRL podcast. So Mira, who I think was something to do with Ms. Kiff, I'm not entirely sure. However, so Mira is like she's an IRL streamer. She goes and she does just chatting and all that kind of stuff. So she's currently in Bali, and apparently there is a clip. I'll link the clip in the YouTube description here for you guys to see. But if you're listening to audio, please go and search this up. But yeah, so she was in this resort. She's at the resort. What's it called? Hang on. Let me read this here. Here we go. Taking her viewers along for the ride, Mira stopped by a forest in the Indonesian island of Bali, which was filled with monkeys. Although travelers are often warned not to interact with the mischievous animals on such sites, Mira couldn't avoid confrontation after one monkey decided to purloin a receipt out of her pocket. So in the clip, Mira's just sitting on a bench. There's a couple of monkeys sat right next to her, right? So she's doing the stream thing. She's got the camera up here. She's like, oh, hey guys, look, I'm sat with monkeys, you know, kind of cool. The little monkey goes up to her and pulls this piece of paper out of her pocket, sorry, like a receipt paper, yeah. And Mira's initial reaction is like, oh no, give that back. So she goes to grab it, and the other monkey, I can only assume is the mum or a parent of the smaller monkey, goes straight for Mira's hand and bites it, like, and it's not like a nice bite, it's like, get the fuck away from my kid bite. And obviously you hear Mira go, ow, like it looked like it hurt, and she shows like the bite mark. It looked pretty nasty, but this was a little tiny interesting story that I saw here that I thought was just a little interesting tidbit that I found on the internet today. So, you know, there you go. So be careful around monkeys, I guess, is the moral of that story. Is the moral of that story. But guys, I think that's gonna be everything for today's episode. Our first ever proper episode of HeroCast. And I just want to say thank you so much for putting up with me for the last few weeks, not getting this out after breaking promise after promise after promise that I would. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen or to watch if you have done. I love you so much for putting up with me. I couldn't ask for better people to be in this community, and hopefully with this podcast and the content that we're going to be putting out and creating, then there'll be more people to stop by. But guys, until next time, have a great week. Much love to you. Goodbye.